Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome to CZCW presents Atlantis Calling 2022, the first ever Atlantis Calling pay-per-view. Again, logo provided by Fleisch from the GDS forums, link probably, hopefully in the description if I remember. If not, leave a comment or go to one of the previous couple videos. I've linked it a couple times now. But yes, Atlantis Calling 2022 is here, and we have a very fun card tonight. Kicking off the show, we have the tag team titles up in a triple threat match, as the Expelled and Wasted Potential will both take on Rich and Famous. Rich and Famous had a tag match against the Expelled that they won thanks to a run-in from Wasted Potential. The deal was if Wasted Potential helped them out, they would give them a tag match. They then said, yeah, we're not going to do that, and then laughed him off, but Sean McFly said, no, not in my company. So a triple threat match for the tag titles. The next match is Swipe Romero versus Tony DeWonderful. Swipe Romero, it took him till September to get his first win in 2022, and that was like a wake-up call for him, and he started targeting Tony DeWonderful, who he feels like is getting more opportunities than he deserves. Tony says, back it up, bitch. You know, back that ass up, and they're gonna wrestle. The following match is Los Face Breakers, the team of Air Raid Siren and Heartbroken taking on the California Dreams. It is revealed that the reason Air Raid Siren has aligned herself with Heartbroken is because he is fairly unstoppable, pretty tough now that he has focused actual energy into wrestling and not trying to sleep with women, and she's trying to use that to get her own success. And the California Dreams, who are, believe it or not on the best terms with Heartbroken, protest the idea of either of them holding a championship, and it has led to this match. The following match sees the Beach Boys take on El Jaguar and Luis Montero Jr. Both of these teams have been kind of, I wouldn't say in a lull, they're both still at like the top, upper peak, the higher end of the card, in the tag division, but both of them have been in a little bit of a rut as of late. El Jaguar and Luis say that when the lights are the brightest, they fail, and the Beach Boys have failed to regain their tag team titles, so they have agreed to this match. Air Attack Weasel gets a shot to win the Extreme Championship against Tigre Salvaje Jr. In a match that was not supposed to happen. Waylon Walls won a fatal four-way made by Sean McFly. Fox Mask comes out and says, sorry, bud, but our inside man booked his own number one contenders match, and the two winners of those number one contenders matches faced off. Air Attack Weasel cheated to win and got himself in this Extreme Championship match, and that means that if Air Attack Weasel wins tonight, the Coastal Kings will hold every single championship in the company. The only championship they won't have is Frankie-Boy's Confederation of the Territories title, but as I will get to later, he might not even have that for much longer. Following the Extreme title match, we will see California Love Machine face off against Zell Quinn, where Zell Quinn, of course, worked with the Coastal Kings to help Rich and Famous retain their titles, and despite not giving his boys a tag team title match, Zell Quinn had also been told by California Love Machine that if you align yourself with the Coastal Kings, then we're gonna come after you. And this match almost didn't happen as Zell continued to fake a broken neck and broken arm, and he was gonna use the Expelled to break both of Wasted Potential's arms if Zell didn't accept. Zell refused to accept, but Sean McFly said, I can't have my people getting hurt, this match is happening, and Wasted Potential were very much not happy with the fact that their leader was going to sell them out just to get out of a match, and it didn't even work. So that's that. Our semi-main is a number one contenders match. 2 out of 3 falls. Seth Whitehead versus Carlos Barrera. Seth Whitehead wants to put an end to Carlos Barrera. Carlos wants to make up for his previous loss. So you have to win 2 falls to win the match here. Winner gets a championship match at Hardcore Halloween 2022, and a possible another match for Hardcore Halloween will be set up in our main event as American Flash and Frankie-Boy Fernandez take on the Coastal Kings, Frankie Perez and Masked Cougar. If Flash and Frankie-Boy win, then Masked Cougar and Frankie Perez must reveal who their inside man is so Sean McFly can, put an end to this bullshit. And if the heels win, then Frankie-Boy Fernandez will have to defend his Confederation of the Territories Championship against Frankie Perez at Hardcore Halloween, in a moment where Frankie Perez kind of accepted on behalf of his new group, not causing the greatest beginning to this partnership. But yeah, that's all the storylines going into Atlantis Calling 2022. So without further ado, let's get into the pay-per-view. Kicking off the show, we have a promo from Frankie-Boy and American Flash, who just essentially, I use this to get the show off to a hot start as this match gets a 60 rating, and Frankie-Boy and American Flash just essentially hype up the main event, and they say, we promise that upon our victory tonight, we will find out this mystery man's identity and finally begin to put an end to the Coastal Kings once and for all. And while we might know who the mystery man turns out to be, our opening contest is the Coastal Zone Tag Team titles, and despite the fact that nobody actually runs in to help them, the chaos of a triple threat match is enough for the most experienced team of these three to capitalize and get the victory, as Rich and Famous defeat both the Expelled and Wasted Potential in 10 minutes and 9 seconds. The Expelled were eliminated first, then Wasted Potential. This was our Steal the Show match 69 to kick off our pay-per-view. Defense number 4 for Rich and Famous here. But yeah, I wanted to actually have them have a clean victory. I don't think they've had one clean victory since winning the tag titles, and I just wanted to prove that, like, look, these guys, they take every shortcut they can get. These Coastal Kings take every shortcut they can get, but at the end of the day, sometimes they can get the job. They're still great competitors. They just don't want to risk anything. So, like, tonight, the story being that the chaos of the triple threat allowed the most experienced team to capitalize and get the victory. Clean as a whistle. 69 rated segment as Rich and Famous win. We have a promo from just Fox Mask and Frankie Perez. Fox Mask pulls Frankie to the side. Every time these two have talked, it's been Cougar's been there, or Rich and Famous has been there, but tonight, it's just Fox and Frankie. And Fox and Frankie says, look, Frankie, I know you're pissed. I know you're pissed. You're not happy with me. I'm not an idiot. I can read body language. I can read tone. I know you're mad at me for putting you in that main event. And I know you're even more mad at the fact that it seems like the whole roster's against us right now. But you know what, Frankie? Here's the thing. I'm dead serious. There's a method to all my madness. The reason I give Rich and Famous, and especially Masked Cougar, special treatment is because they are champions. Later on tonight, Air Attack Weasel is going to win the Extreme title. At Hardcore Halloween, you're going to win the Confederation of the Territories title. Eventually, Fox Mask 2, he's going to be a champion in this company. And when all of us are champions, I will protect you all equally. But until then, I need to focus on people that are champions. I need to make sure that they are 100% at all times. So Frankie, you will get your Confederation of the Territories title back, and we will run this company. And Frankie says, you know what? Alright. I trust you, Fox. I trust you. 57 rated match. The following competition sees Swipe Romero take on Tony the Wonderful in a, fun match. Swipe Romero did better than Tony. 50 rated match. However, Tony the Wonderful, he is my pet project right now. I wanted to give him something to do. He defeats Swipe Romero in 14 minutes and 2 seconds with the Lariat Clothesline. Swipe Romero had a little bit of a hot streak, getting 2 victories in 1 month. Oh my god. And could not follow up the momentum and fell short to Tony the Wonderful at Atlantis Calling here. 50 for this match. We cut backstage. 33 rated promo. Zell Quinn sucks at him. But Eureka LaBelle and Onslaught, they are fucking pissed. Rightfully so. They're like, why were you gonna let us get our arms broken? And Zell Quinn just kind of looks at him. And Onslaught's like, yeah, say something, Zell. And he's like, oh, you want... Okay, what's the name of our fucking group? The Q Crew? Yeah, the fucking Q Crew. Is it the OEL Crew? Is it the Onslaught Eureka LaBelle Crew? No, this is the fucking Q Crew. You guys came to me. I didn't come and find you guys. You two came to me because you wanted more opportunities, and I gave them to you. You were in the tag team title match. You have been on TV. You have been wrestling. You went from nothing to something. So this is the fucking Zell Quinn company. This is the Zell Quinn gang, alright? I come first. I always have, and I always will. Know your fucking place, and help me when I'm facing California Love Machine. And a 33 for Zell Quinn, laying down the law with his men. Up next is Los Facebreakers versus the California Dreams. And each time Heartbreaker wrestles, the story for this match is each time Heartbreaker wrestles, I keep calling him Heartbreaker. Each time Heartbroken wrestles, he gets angrier and better. He's still doing his luchador stuff. He's a luchador still. He's a high flyer. He does some of that stuff. However, slowly, he is going from a luchador to a full-on brawler, psychopath style. He is slowly cutting out all of his flips for fists. And tonight, Los Facebreakers defeat the California Dreams in 14-24 when Heartbreaker does most of the heavy lifting. They hit the Injustice Driver. Heartbreaker tags in Air Raid Siren so she can come in and pin the California Dreams. And Los Facebreakers get the victory and are primed and ready for more opportunities at Gold, more chances to win titles here in Coastal Zone. Just victory for the Facebreakers, 63. We cut backstage where Fox Mask 2 is beating down Tigre Salvaje Jr. He jumps Tigre and he does some numbers on him. He doesn't go on full bullseye, chair to the knee. He doesn't get that far because eventually Waylon Walls cuts him off, but he has a baseball bat and he does a number on Tigre. Tigre is visibly and clearly not 100% after that attack. Our following contest sees the Beach Boys defeat the team of El Jaguar and Luis Montero Jr. in 16 minutes and 25 seconds. Simon Waves gets the victory, pinning Luis Montero Jr. with a beach break. And once again, lights get brighter at a pay-per-view against the previous tag team champions, El Jaguar, Luis Montero Jr. The lights were brightest, and they came up short. Chet Chavez got an injury, which kind of sucks. But, oh man, both of them have good chemistry with Willow. Oh, it's really gonna suck when she leaves. But yeah, the former tag team champions get the victory on Jaguar and Luis, and they might be primed for a tag team title rematch against Rich and Famous. Thank you, Fox. And after the match, the Beach Boys are celebrating, and Jaguar and Luis are just kind of looking at each other like, man, you really fucked that for us. Both of them are kind of looking at each other like, man, you blew that for the team, didn't you? Our following contest is for the Extreme Championship. Tigre Salvaje Jr., Air Attack Weasel, and Tigre is so bruised from that Fox Mask 2 jumping that he goes 18 minutes with Air Attack Weasel, and even though nobody from the Coastal Kings comes in and interferes in this match, the fact that Tigre is so far from 100% and weapons are legal, after 18 minutes and 14 seconds, Air Attack Weasel defeats Tigre Salvaje Jr. with the Air Attack Ace and wins the Coastal Zone Extreme Championship for, I think, the third time in his career. And with that, every Coastal Zone Championship, at least, who knows how long it'll last, but at least for this point in time, we are in the Dark Ages, as every single Coastal Zone Championship is held by a member of the Coastal Kings. And Waylon Walls tries to get some revenge on Tigre, but it's futile, as eventually Fox Mask 2, Jackpot Jordan, Jake Idol, they all hit the ring. They beat down Tigre, Waylon, and they pose with their new championships. 42 rated segment. The tone in the building has completely changed. But we begin to bring it back up as California Love Machine gets his match against Zell Quinn, and Wasted Potential are pretty fucking bruised, so any interference that they had was quickly thwarted by California Love Machine, and in a 69 rated match, California Love Machine defeats Zell Quinn in 20 minutes and 1 second by pinfall with the LAX departure. California Love Machine able to beat up Zell Quinn for everybody. We cut backstage where Joanna Silver is talking to Hugh Day Ask, and she's like, Hugh, I love you, your cock's huge, But you don't need to do this. You don't need... look, both you and Malik Cash were in 4C, alright? We've seen how those matches go. You don't need to do this. It's alright. We can have a normal match. You don't need to do this for me. And he looks right at Joanna and he's like, Joanna, I love you. Your tits are massive. But I'm not doing this just for you. I'm doing this because I want to kick their asses. I was in that hospital. I had to pull glass out of my eye. Alright? This eye patch I have on right now that no one can see because I didn't make an alt and I'm freestyling this. This eye patch I have on, I had to pull glass out of it. Malik Cash is gonna fucking pay. And Joanna Silver says, oh, this is so fucking hot. 51 rated segment. Our semi-main #1 contenders match for the Coastal Zone Championship is underway. And we go 17 minutes without a first fall. And eventually, Carlos Barrera is cut off quickly. Seth Whitehead hits the butterfly powerbomb. And he gets the first fall. And Carlos Barrera, he's put up to his feet. But he is not 100%. The referee, he's checking on him. The bell gets rung, and Seth Whitehead immediately goes for another one. And Carlos Barrera quickly turns it around. Inside cradle. Carlos Barrera, 1, 2, 3. The score is even. The score is completely even. 18 minutes into the match. The match goes for another 6 minutes. And Carlos, he goes for a springboard, and he is caught. He is caught midair. Butterfly powerbomb, reversed at the last moment. Curb Your Enthusiasm STO. 1, 2, 3. Carlos Barrera sneaks away with the victory in 22 minutes and 3 seconds. Comeback victory for Carlos Barrera. Finally defeats Seth Whitehead, and because they pre-established it before the pay-per-view, in 3 weeks' time at Hardcore Halloween, he will finally get a chance for vengeance on Masked Cougar. He has not forgotten the anguish and the pain the Coastal Kings put on him and mocked him, and he will have a chance to end their reign at Hardcore Halloween when he gets a World Championship match against Masked Cougar. 83 rated match. Seth Whitehead and Carlos Barrera have great chemistry. Seth Whitehead was so fucking mad about this. I tried to keep him strong. He was extremely pissed. I tried to protect him. He was extremely pissed. I kept him strong and protected him. He was extremely pissed. So I said, go fuck yourself. You're not getting any form of protection. And we got an 83 rated match. Actually, if you're gonna fuck yourself, wear some protection. But after the match, after it's all said and done, Carlos Barrera, who has calmed down very much so in the past couple months, going from breaking Sky Hermosa's arm for no reason to offering Seth Whitehead a handshake. And Seth Whitehead, he looks at it, and he looks at Carlos, and he thinks of all the moments they had together, the beatdowns, the brawls that these two went together, and he goes to shake it, and he turns it right into a middle finger, and Seth Whitehead's like, go fuck yourself, and he leaves the ring, and Carlos says, hey, Seth, and Seth turns around, and Carlos spits right at his face, and Seth Whitehead's about to bust in, but I mean, he's just lost 2 pinfalls to 1, and he just walks away, finally admitting defeat for once in his Coastal Zone career. Seth Whitehead has lost to Carlos Barrera. It is time for the main event, Masked Cougar and Frankie Perez versus American Flash and Frankie-Boy Fernandez. This match goes 26 minutes, and we are not going to find out who the mystery man is, because with Fox Mask at ringside, Frankie-Boy Fernandez and American Flash fall short. With everybody helping them out, nobody could come after California had a match with Zell. The Expelled lost to Rich and Famous. Carlos Barrera just went to a war with Seth Whitehead. Nobody was left to help them out, and even though they thought they weren't outnumbered, the baby faces as a unit were beaten down, and after 26 minutes and 11 seconds, Frankie Perez locks in the P-clutch and gets the victory in an 85 rated match. What a fucking main event. Frankie Perez submits the Confederation of the Territories World Heavyweight Champion and then poses with his new championship. The animosity that we were seeing with Fox Mask and Frankie Perez is gone, or at least it's gone for the night. It's gone for the time being, because it looks as if the Coastal Kings are unstoppable as we end this pay-per-view with all of them holding the Coastal Zone Championships, and the possibility that at the end of the month, on Halloween, on the scariest night of the year, they might hold every single possible championship defended in Coastal Zone. I can't pre-book it with the title, but you know it's for the title. 66 rated segment, and an 82 overall show. I mean, I'm fucking happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. 82 rated show, 85 main event. We're gonna start getting some 5-star numbers any second now. Seth Whitehead, did you know that he is awesome? Did you know that Seth Whitehead deserves a hug? And also Seth Whitehead, can I do this? I wonder if I can. I'm gonna do Chet Chavez, and I'm gonna do, who else was mad? Snapdragon Jr. was mad, but Onslaught was mad because I fucked up a character idea for him. Alright. Chet Chavez can work through it. He won't be ready for Hardcore Halloween, so that's a bit of a shame. We made $171,000, and we are 1 point closer to relevancy, guys. We're 1 point closer. I think we can hit medium by the end of the year. I think we're going to hit medium by the end of the year. I don't know if that means we're relevant yet, but that's going to open a lot more doors in terms of broadcasting, and we won't have to rely on WrestleWorld. I've got nothing against WrestleWorld. They're treating me nice, but, like, pay-per-view revenue would be a lot better than broadcaster revenue, especially if we can start getting 85s like that. But yeah, that does it for Atlantis Calling. We are in some dark ages, guys. The Coastal Kings have all the championships. And just maybe, we'll have all of the championships after Hardcore Halloween. So I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling. I hope to be live with the next month, but again, I didn't know if I was going to be live for these past 2 episodes, so just, we're playing it by ear. I'll make another community post if I'm not able to go live with Coastal Zone. Like I said, if I'm going to go live, it's going to be with 5SSW. Like, that's the priority, because it is so much harder to, do that without a live audience. It's just such a marathon every time, but, like, an enjoyable marathon. I'm not mad. It's easier to go live with that save. I also want to prioritize that save over any other save on the channel, even though the Ruthless Aggression save is getting more views. The 5SSW save is the oldest one, so we're more than halfway done with it. So I want to get through that save and finish it off for the people that have been there for a while. I abandoned the 5SSW-ites, and I feel bad. So that's taking priority over all the other saves, including this one. But I still got episodes uploaded. So, this is a fucking huge step forward from any other time on this channel. So I hope you all enjoyed this edition of the Push for Relevancy, and I hope you all come back for the fallout of Atlantis Calling in episode 29.